guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the title, in today's pick a card, we are going to be seeing what you are manifesting as well as how and when it's going to come into your life. This reading is pretty straightforward in terms of how it's going to go. We're just going to answer what, how, and when. Yes, so there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today, and each of them has a different stone as well as a different tarot deck. As you can see, this is what they look like from the back, but in just a second, I'm going to show you one card from each of the decks as well so that you can see what the front artwork looks like. And I'm going to be showing you the 9 of Cups because this is a card that talks about wish fulfillment, and I hope that your wishes are coming true. Yeah, so this one is a pretty quick explanation. Let's just get right into it and show you guys each of your options close up. Option number 1, your stone is Petrified wood, your deck is the White Fly Tarot, and this is the 9 of Cups. Option number 2, your stone is Kyanite, your deck is the Rider-Waite Tarot, and this is the 9 of Cups. Option number 3, your stone is this Amethyst heart, your deck is the Pastel Journey Tarot, and this is the 9 of Cups. And option number 4, your stone is Pyrite, your deck is the Serpentfire Tarot, and this is the 9 of Cups. So just in case you need a little bit more time to choose your reading, here are all the options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one is calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the Petrified Wood and the White Fly Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what you're manifesting as well as how and when this manifestation, or these, because it could be multiple, are going to be entering into your life. So I actually want to start off this reading with a message for you from the Spirit Animal book. I feel like I haven't used her in a while, so let's see what this book has to say for you. For group number 1, what do they need to hear, or what spirit animal is with them? And we have the manatee. That's so cute. Adjust your diet to include a lot of green leafy vegetables and by grazing. Eating very small portions a few times a day rather than eating 2 or 3 larger meals each day. Slow down to about 80% of your usual pace and you'll find that you can still make steady and consistent progress. Stop procrastinating, focus on what you need to be attending to, and move forward with courage and confidence. This is a very nurturing time, both for receiving as well as giving comfort to others emotionally and physically. This is a time to put others' needs before your own, not so that you martyr yourself, but so you willingly and lovingly give your time, attention, and energy where needed. So there's a lot of messages about self-care and about mindfulness within that. I feel like your higher self is asking you to slow down and be more deliberate in the actions that you take every day. I'm kind of seeing the energy of someone who might be like frantic, kind of running around trying to get a lot of things done, but maybe because their energy is distracted or scattered, they might not be getting a lot done. And so the level of stress they feel versus what is actually being done is kind of disproportionate. And I think that if you slow down and get really right with your priorities and go about your daily tasks with intention, you'll feel a lot more relaxed and you'll actually find that you get more done when you slow down like this. There is also an emphasis in that message about, having a healthy balance between giving and receiving. We still want to be nurturing others and serving others and being present with others, but not to the extent where we are ignoring our own self-care or that we're putting our own needs in the back seat or draining our energy. Maybe you guys, it's kind of in your nature to extend yourself, to help other people, to serve other people. And that's a beautiful thing. And I definitely don't want to discourage that. But that message may be encouraging you to just ask yourself, am I compromising my own health and well-being as a result of helping others? Because if we're getting into that territory, I think we have to, how would you say it, step on the brakes, or we have to question if this is really worth it or this is really necessary, because at the end of the day, you do come first. And there was also messages about your health and your well-being, about changing your diet. I don't know if you guys did resonate with that, but if you were considering switching to a healthier diet or eating smaller meals throughout the day as opposed to larger meals like the message said, that could definitely be a confirmation for you that that will make you feel better. And I'm hearing like that will make you perform better as well. It could bring more mental clarity and focus to you, and you feel more energy throughout the day. So when it comes to your manifestations, you guys could be manifesting health, you could be manifesting a better physical and mental health, peace of mind. You could also be manifesting your ideal schedule and your ideal routine, as well as peace and harmony in your relationships. But of course, this is just like the general overview. We are going to get into the specifics now. And I made this little deck because when I got the idea to do this reading, I just got really inspired to do a homemade deck. They're not very pretty, but they will get the job done. And here we're going to pull 3 cards from this deck. We might see that you're manifesting 3 different distinct things, or it could be like all 3 cards are talking about the same thing. But I'll make sure for every manifestation that pops up, we will answer the how and when question for each of them. Okay, so what is group number 1 manifesting right now? Ooh, creativity. What else is group number 1 manifesting? We also have community. And one more. And honor. Oh my gosh, this is a very powerful energy. So with creativity here, first of all, those of you who are already creatives, who are artists, who are inventors, who are dreamers, I think that you'll definitely be happy to see this card here. This could be indicating that you are manifesting a very exciting new project, or you're manifesting the successful completion of a project. If you've been feeling any kind of writer's block or just creative blocks in general, but maybe some of you are writers, or a lack of motivation, I do think that this is indicating your creative inspiration and motivation coming back to you. I think that you guys are going to be making something really, really beautiful. And I like that honor came out here because when I wrote this card, I was thinking about somebody being like acclaimed for their work, you know, like receiving a good review for their work or getting some kind of award. So if I put these together, you guys could be putting out a creative project, or you could be launching something. It doesn't necessarily have to be art, but like launching something that you've created, sharing or presenting something that you've been working on, and then it's going to be reviewed very, very highly, and you're going to receive very positive rewards for what you put out. So if you guys are releasing, publishing, launching anything soon, or if you have like a presentation, if you're pitching an idea to somebody, I feel like it's going to go over very, very well. Basically, any projects that you put out during this time are gonna like pass with flying colors and get like 5-star reviews. And with community here, I'm feeling like some buzz around this as well. Like everybody's going to be talking about what you're doing. You might gain a larger following because of what you've put out, or people are appearing, you know, wanting to promote you or wanting to invest in your project somehow, or wanting to collaborate with you. With creative and community, this could also be you guys finding like your kindred spirits who have the same passions as you, who have talents that complement yours, and maybe you'll be able to like collaborate together on some sort of project. And actually on that note, if you've been feeling this like creative block, lack of motivation, lack of direction, it could be a certain connection or a certain group that helps you get out of that funk. Like meeting the right person and brainstorming together, or, you know, lending a hand to each other that could get you out of your creative rut. So basically, you guys are creatively inspired, you are fueled and respected and supported and celebrated by your community, and you're receiving some kind of very high award or very high like performance review for what you're doing. So looking at all 3 of these cards, oh my gosh, I was just playing with the deck, and then at the bottom there's dreams. So this is something that you guys have been dreaming about. You're manifesting your dreams coming true. Or it could be that you have had dreams like in your sleeping state about this manifestation coming. But we are going to get into the tarot now and see how this is all going to play out and anything else that Spirit wants you to know about this manifestation. Okay, so group number 1. Oh, you know what I just realized that's really, really sweet? So this deck that I'm using for you guys, the White Fly Tarot, the creator of this deck actually sent it to me. I think it was like a recently launched deck. And I hope that, I don't know if you're watching this, but I hope that this applies to you because like your creative baby is being birthed to the world. And I hope that you'll get a very, very positive feedback from it. I hope that your creation will be celebrated. I hope others will enjoy it as much as I do because this is like the second time I've used this deck and I really, really enjoy using it. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of a cool synchronicity and I hope that the creator of this deck would experience all of that as well. And if you guys do want to support this deck, I will have it linked in the description. Okay, I just wanted to say that. So the first card that we have is the 5 of Swords. Then we have the Page of Cups. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is so cool. Yep. And then we have the Devil. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so I'm just going to point out some zodiac energy that we have here. The Devil is Capricorn, the Lovers is Gemini. One thing that I really, really love about this deck is that it just has the astrological associations right on there. So if you struggle to remember them, like I struggle to remember them all the time with the minor arcana. So if you're like learning tarot and you struggle to remember, it's literally right there for you, which is a really, really nice touch. So we have Capricorn energy, we have Gemini energy, and then we have Venus in Aquarius energy. And we also have water sign energy. So this could be like Capricorns can have Venus in Aquarius, Pisces people can have Venus in Aquarius. So that's kind of cool. But looking into those energies even further, it's really cool that we have these because Capricorn energy is about your status. It's about your profession. It's about how you present in the world and what you're known for. So whatever you're doing here, like you're gaining some kind of very high honor for it, or like your status is increasing because of it, or your reputation is increasing because of it. And we have Gemini, which is about communication, and we were talking about this buzz surrounding. I don't know why I can't talk. Maybe I'm just excited. We were talking about this buzz surrounding you. So whatever you're doing, like people are talking about it. You might be getting an increase of business through word of mouth or some kind of promotion through word of mouth. So like even if you're a company employee, this would be like your clients and customers calling your supervisor to be like, I just wanted to let you know that I had such an amazing experience with group 1. They were so professional. They were so helpful. They were so knowledgeable, blah, blah, blah. Or like, you know, people leaving good reviews for you online or sharing your work. Like people are going to be boosting and promoting your work and talking about your work like crazy. And you might actually find the Lovers card also makes me think of inspiration, like looking to others for inspiration. So you might find that people are kind of not necessarily copying you, but you can tell that they were inspired by your work. Like, oh, you kind of got that idea from me, but not in a bad way. In like, oh, wow, I'm trend setting. I'm making a difference. So that's really, really cool. And Venus in Aquarius as well. That's networking. That's making good connections. That's making good friends. I love how this person is just like stepping over the snakes. You're like, I don't have time for these snakes. Maybe some of you guys have been afraid or had this kind of limiting belief where like subconsciously you were afraid about reaching a high status or afraid about reaching high levels of success because you're afraid of being envied, or you're afraid of, you know, people's opinions that, oh, you're stuck up now, or you've changed, or you don't deserve this success, or whatever it is. And whether that was conscious or not, that might have caused you to dim your own light and sabotage yourself in the past. But I feel like this is you really embracing your success and really embracing like your honor and your glory. But what I think was so interesting, and this is the message that I got right off the bat with the Five of Swords and the Page of Cups, is that whatever this project is or whatever this idea is that's bringing you success, you're not gonna like it at first. So let's say you are like writing a book. This is going to be, I think it's called a manuscript, or, you know, your first draft. You're going to write the first draft and be like, this is shit. You're not going to, and I'm not saying it's shit, but I also know that as creatives, we can be very, very critical of our work. And the Five of Swords is about like, I do think that this is inner conflict, and it's like a contrarian opinion. We can put it that way. So it's like you've made something and you don't like it, and maybe you just leave it on the back burner, or maybe you're like, this cannot see the light of day. I don't like this idea. But the Page of Cups is literally creative potential, because we have this beautiful water energy here, which is about our emotions, our creative expression. The Page, who is full of potential. It's almost like your higher self is saying, don't judge this project just yet. Don't judge this idea just yet, because it's still a baby. And the Page of Cups is also about welcoming unpredictable things. Very often we would see a fish jumping out of this cup, like in the Rider-Waite, for example. There's a fish jumping out of the Page's cup, and he's like, oh, okay, there's a fish in here, let's go with that. And it's a symbol of just embracing the unpredictable and being open to spontaneity and seeing where the idea goes. So it's like, don't be so quick to judge where this idea is going to take you, just because it might be kind of unconventional, just because it might still be kind of rough around the edges, or weird, or whatever you think. And honestly, with this Aquarius energy here, this Venus in Aquarius energy, I feel like the weirder your idea is, or the weirder you think it is, the better it's going to be. The number 5 is about change and developments. And I think that maybe one of the reasons you're getting all of this attention is because what you're doing is really like pushing the boundaries of genres, or of business models, or of customer experience, and is really kind of changing the game. And you know, oh yeah, because we were talking about snakes. There might be some snakes who are like, I don't think that's really a good idea. You know, telling you they don't think it's a good idea. But then when you do it and you become successful from it, oh, look who's inspired by me now. Look who's modeling their projects after me now. The same people who said it wasn't a good idea. So anyway, don't let this unconventionality of your idea scare you. Be like the Page of Cups and be open to doing something that is a little bit different and weird. We have the Devil here, which is about limiting beliefs. And I think it's very cool that we have a water bearer in this card, because a water bearer is the symbol of Aquarius energy. And Aquarians are very innovative, and they're very eccentric, and they really like, well, the Aquarians that I know, they tend to really like pride themselves on being outside of the box and doing things differently. And I feel like this is what your field needs. But you see, when you let the Devil be in charge, this vase of water runs dry. Your creativity runs dry. Your innovation runs dry. It's like your higher self is saying, we don't need more of the same stuff, you know? We don't need more. I'm hearing like the word lukewarm. We don't want to put out something that's just like, that's been done before, that's lukewarm. I feel like a very bold idea is coming to you guys, bold and unconventional idea. And we want to really channel that Aquarian energy and let it pour out. These, I don't know if these are button eyes, but it's kind of reminding me of Coraline, like the other mother and the other father in Coraline. I don't know if that's significant for any of you guys, but I thought that I would just mention that. But yeah, the Devil is about fear-based thinking and limiting beliefs that hold us back. So I feel like I don't need to explain that too much. You can probably see how limiting beliefs can hold you back here. Like, I can't put that out because people are gonna give me negative criticism, or people are going to think it's weird, or you know, that kind of thinking that limits you and that really keeps you tied down. The devil is a very like restricting and very oppressive energy, and I think being overly concerned with the material aspect of things, or like the money and status and fame aspect of things, could really strip you guys of your creativity. So this is what you need to know, I think, to help bring this manifestation along. With the Lovers here, again, I definitely think this is going to bring in some really nice connections. People who are definitely not snakes, people who are far from it. I like that we have the number 6 here, because this is all about love and nurturing and harmony. So there could be new friendships coming in, like fellow creatives, fellow visionaries, fellow dreamers. As you start to embrace the side of you that is weird, you're also going to attract your fellow oddballs. You're going to attract your group, that you don't have to mask anything about yourself. There's a lot of like mask wearing in this. You don't have to mask anything about yourself. You can just be your crazy uninhibited self around them. For some of you, there might be a romantic relationship in here, because you know, the Lovers is just in general a very intimate card, and then this image looks very intimate too. So if that does resonate with you, you could be manifesting like a love relationship or a soulmate relationship on this journey too. But for others, like I said, this can definitely just be like very close friendships, or like creative collaborators that you form a really close relationship with. So what a lovely energy we have here for you guys. Now we are going to see when this is all happening. So I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to pull one card for an earlier time frame and one card for a later one, and then we're going to see what could affect this timeline. So what could make it happen closer to the earlier one, and what could make it happen closer to the later one, if that makes sense. Just so that you guys know that it's not set in stone, and there are things that you could do to like speed up or slow down the process. Okay, so for group number 1, can we please get an earlier time frame? So we have Cardinal and Cancer, which is very specific. With Cardinal here, I was thinking, oh, so it's going to be in a, you know, Cardinal zodiac sign season, and then we have Cancer popping up here. So it could be, if you guys are watching this when this video is uploaded, then I think Cancer season is going to be the significant time for you guys. But if you happen to stumble upon this video after Cancer season, so if you're finding this video like in late July onwards, then I think for you this is going to be whichever cardinal season is next. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but the cardinal seasons are Aries season, Cancer season, Libra season, and Capricorn season. Basically like when the seasons change, like when spring, summer, fall, winter change. So if you're watching this now, when it's uploaded before Cancer season, then Cancer season is your time frame. But if you're watching it after, then it's the next cardinal season. So like if Libra season is next when you're watching this, it's Libra season. If Capricorn is next, it's Capricorn. If Aries is next, it's Aries. Like that, okay? Sorry, I feel like sometimes... Anyway, I hope that's easy to understand. I'm also noticing there's a lot of letter C's going on. C, 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 C. So I don't know if somebody's initials are C, or I also feel like it could be the name of a place, like Canada. Okay, and then for, oh, we got 2 for the long one as well. We have 11 and we have South Node and North Node. So 11, off the bat, I am thinking 11 months. With the South Node and the North Node, I'm not sure. Honestly, it could have something to do with like when the nodes are changing signs. So I think I'm gonna look that up when I finish filming this video, and if I feel that there is something relevant there, then I will put it in a subtitle. Otherwise, just consider this 11 months. So it's almost like your higher self is saying this will definitely happen within a year, but there are things that you could do to speed it up, as we see here. So we're just gonna hop back to the tarot deck that you guys chose and see what could be speeding up or slowing down this process. We have Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so there might be an opportunity that comes for you guys and you don't feel ready. The Eight of Wands, it literally talks about manifestation, so it's a very fitting card to get in a reading like this, but it can kind of have the feeling of a manifestation that's coming very quickly and then leaves you kind of scrambling to rearrange your life so that you're ready to accommodate it. You know, like, oh my gosh, it's coming already. I better move my life around to get ready for this. It's kind of that feeling, a manifestation that's coming really, really fast. And then with Judgment here, and we do have some Pluto energy here, this is something that is really going to change your life significantly. And like looking at this spread, we have 3 major arcana. So a very, very significant opportunity coming that could really, really advance your career or your business or really, really grow your platform. And not to be dramatic, but there's kind of that feeling of like your life will not be the same. Your life will never be the same. And I think that you might feel not ready for it when it comes to you. Now, I really don't feel like it's my place. Just judging from the vibe that I'm getting, I don't really feel like it's my place to say like, you're ready, go for it, because this is your baby, you know, this is your project. And if you feel like you need more time to perfect what you're working on, then that's okay. And I want you to know that whatever opportunities are meant for you will be waiting for you. Like, I really felt called to say with this, it's definitely going to happen within a year. But if you feel really ready, even though it might be happening sooner than you expected, if you feel really ready and if you feel confident, or if you're like, I'm nervous and I'm scared, but like, screw it, I'm going to go for it anyway, then go for it. Cardinal energy is very like bold, go-getter, action-taking energy. And look, we have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So if you guys do feel like ready, and well, you might not feel ready, but if you're like, I don't care, I'm gonna plunge into the unknown and I'm gonna wing it and I'm gonna make it work, then go for it. The Page of Wands says that you should be confident, but I also don't want to scare you guys like you have to go for it and it's now or never, because I'm also seeing that even if you're like, hold up, I'm not ready for this big opportunity, like I'm still too scared, or I still feel like my work isn't representative of what I can do and you need more time, like totally do that, because this is your dream and you should live it exactly how you want it. And I'm just remembering we read that manatee message at the beginning of the reading, which was encouraging you to be very mindful and really, you know, take your time when you're doing what you're doing. So there's really no right answer here. I think this is just the universe showing you that you will have multiple opportunities to make this happen. One is a bit sooner, a little bit more impromptu, perhaps, a little bit less time to prepare. And I think if you take the later one, you know, you'll feel truly ready. But if you have ants in your pants and if you like a challenge, go for it. Because there's definitely no message of like, it's gonna go badly if you choose this versus that or vice versa. I would tell you if I saw some danger like that, but it's really, really up to you guys. So group number 1, these are all the messages I have for you. I'm gonna end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. And thank you so much to the creator of this deck. It's been such a pleasure using it. If you guys want to support this deck, again, there will be a link in the description. But I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group 1, I am sending you lots of love, wishing you all the best on this journey, and may your manifestations be everything that you have dreamed of, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number 2s, so if you guys chose the Kyanite and the Rider-Waite tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what you are manifesting as well as how and when it's going to come into your life. I feel like I want to put it that way. I don't know, doesn't matter. It's kind of an awkward shape to put there, but anyway, I wanted to start off this reading with a message for you from the Spirit Animal book. So we are going to flip through the pages here and see which animal has a message for you guys. So for group number 2, our animal is, oh, the puffin. We're getting all the like really pudgy, cute animals today. Group 1 had a manatee. Actions speak louder than words, so pay closer attention to what you and others are conveying through your body language and vocal characteristics more so than the spoken word. Make it a point to pray every day for at least a few minutes, focusing on prayers of gratitude more so than those of supplication, requests. It's better at this time to contain your true feelings rather than express them. Look ahead and do your best to anticipate what's down the road before you make your move. Do your best to avoid fights and conflicts as much as you can, as there wouldn't be any winners anyway if it were to come to that. Lighten up and inject a healthy dose of fun and humor into your spiritual path. So the first thing I want to talk about here is that actions speak louder than words. Just because this is a reading that is about manifestation, this might be the universe nudging you guys to take a little bit more action or to reflect on what actions you can take when it comes to making your manifestations a reality. I'm hearing like, I can't do this without you. The universe can do a lot for us. They can bring all the necessary connections, all the necessary circumstances to line up, but at the end it is us that needs to be brave and bold and take that action. So I feel like you guys are stepping into, or are being encouraged to step into a more go-getter kind of energy. Also, with the second part of this, the vibe that I was getting is that there might be someone around you who is not being completely upfront about their feelings towards you or their feelings regarding a certain situation. They might tell you one thing with their mouth, but then, you know, based on your intuition and based on their actions towards you, you're sort of feeling, maybe this person is actually feeling differently, or maybe this person is actually feeling more than what they're letting on. And so I feel like this puffin message, for those of you who are going through a situation like that, I think the puffin message is here to confirm that, whether this is a love interest or a friend or a family member, whatever it might be. Read between the lines and pay attention to people's actions. There was also a message here about containing your feelings and not speaking up. I definitely don't want you guys to be bottling things up, but I think that this could be insinuating that the ball is in the other person's court. You know, like if they really feel a certain way about you, or if they really feel a certain way about the situation, that's on them to come to you and say it. And you shouldn't have to pull teeth, and you shouldn't have to pry it out of them. And in fact, you shouldn't be pouring all of this energy into others. You should be pouring it into yourself and your own dreams and your own manifestation. So I think we're in an energy of like staying in our own lane. If you have something to tell me, you can tell me. If you have a problem, you could tell me. If you're interested in me, you can tell me. In the meantime, I'm not going to stress about you. I'm going to be over here doing my thing and putting energy into my dreams and working for myself. That's kind of it's funny, for a cute, fluffy little puffin, I'm getting a very like badass kind of energy for this pile. And I'm also remembering in the Crystal Angels Oracle, the Kyanite card says, make time for self-care. So this is all about you guys. All right. So Now, to see what you guys are manifesting specifically, we're going to use this deck that I just made last night because I got a sudden urge to do so. And we're going to pull 3 cards from this deck. So it could very well be that we see 3 different things that you guys are manifesting, or it could be that all 3 cards are talking about the same manifestation. But whatever the case might be, we're going to make sure that we answer this how and when question for everything that you guys might be manifesting. So for group number 2, interesting, we have sponsorship and promotion. We have accepted and approved. Okay, so this is looking like a career-oriented thing. And then we have passion. Yes. Okay, so what you guys are manifesting is a huge advancement in a passion project, or you are manifesting discovering what your passion is, or you're manifesting the resources necessary to pursue your passion. So if you need time to pursue your passion, you will get that. If you need money, if you need connections, if you need training, you will get whatever it is that you need to pursue your passion. And again, if you don't know what it is, I feel like you are finding it very soon. That thing that lights you up, that thing that sparks your passion is coming to you very, very soon. You guys are meant to make a living off of something that you're passionate about and live a life of passion. I'm sorry, I'm saying the word passion a lot, but that's like a big theme for you guys. And it's interesting that we have like sponsorship, promotion, accepted, approved, because these are all things that talk about people assisting you in this endeavor. So for this could be you guys getting hired somewhere. It could be you got accepted into a school, or your application, your audition got accepted. Maybe you were approved for like financial support or approved for a credit card. There's a feeling of you passed the screening test, you passed, and now you're advancing to the next level. And with sponsorship and promotion, this means that people are either giving you money to live out your passion, or they're promoting you when you live out your passion, or both. Please feel free to claim both. But basically, when you start pursuing your passion, it looks like you're being accepted with open arms, and it looks like a lot of connections are being orchestrated for you to help lift you up and get you where you need to go. I think that this would be a good time, like the Puffin was talking about taking action. If you guys are still looking for a place to go, or if you're figuring out what you want to do, this would be a time to do your research and apply to many different places. This would be a time to educate yourself on people who are successful in the field that you want to be successful in, and see what their advice is, and see what they did. This is a time to put yourself out there. I think, just from that Puffin message, I feel like the universe is saying, man, I've orchestrated all of these really amazing opportunities and connections for you to boost you to success and to help you live out a life of passion. And the missing ingredient is just you going for it and putting yourself out there. Cool. Okay, so it does seem like this is, oh, and look, at the bottom of the deck we have money. I'm gonna take this because we took the bottom of the deck energy for group 1, and so it's only fair for you guys that we get this energy as well. And it looks like you guys are manifesting money. So some of you guys might very well know what your passion is or know what you want to do, but it's just a matter of having the material resources necessary, or the equipment necessary, or whatever it might be, like spending money on a course to make it happen, and you will be manifesting the money that you need. Maybe there's money coming from some sort of sponsor, or like some of you guys are getting financial assistance as well. Maybe some of you guys are manifesting a sugar daddy or a sugar guardian. Okay, so we're gonna go into your tarot now. I kind of want to pull a couple cards for this money energy and a couple cards for this passion energy, because we want to see how you're going to get this money. How are these resources going to come in for group number 2 so that they can live their most passionate life? Okay. I just have to show you. I cut the deck, and there's the Magician and the Chariot at the bottom, which I love that for you. number 1 and number 7, when you put that together, that's 17. Well, technically it's 8, but it's 17, which is the number of the star. So all in one, we have manifesting your dreams, fast momentum, getting ahead quickly, victory, recognition, and then the star is hope for the future. So you guys are making big moves. All right, so group number 2, how are they going to get this money, or how are they going to get the resources, the resources that they need to live this life of passion? Okay, interesting. So yeah, some of you guys are, okay, there is kind of a harsher wording of this. I was going to say like making excuses, like, oh, I can't do what I want yet because I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough this, or I don't have enough that. I think the 5 of Pentacles here is talking about a lack mentality, and the Chariot is talking about moving forward. We have both the White Sphinx and the Black Sphinx here, and you know, this can talk about balance, you know, like the balance between yin and yang energy, and both Sphinxes have to move in order for the Chariot to move forward. But an interpretation that I used to use a lot in the past, but I don't use it so much anymore, but I think it applies here, is like going for it despite the light and the shadows, you know? Like, I have some things to my advantage, I have some things to my disadvantage. There could be a positive outcome if I take action, there could be a negative outcome. But regardless, I'm gonna go for it, because the Chariot, again, it's about that forward action. So I think that what this is saying with regards to how you manifest this money, these sponsors, these resources, you will just need to go for it. And even when you might, you know, have less resources at your disposal, because this is also a card about material lack, just go for it. And I'm not saying like spend money that you don't have on stuff to make this work, but use what you already have. Even if it feels like shabby or not as professional as that person over there, or whatever it might be, do what you can with the resources that you have right now, because somebody is going to see past the lack of flashy, shiny objects and see your talent and see your potential. And I think like they're gonna give you some kind of financial assistance or some kind of mentorship, take you under their wing, or some kind of promotion. So like, for example, and just a hypothetical example, someone who wants to start a YouTube channel, but they're like, all I have is the camera of my iPhone, and I don't have any fancy lighting, and or someone who wants to be a musician and they're like, I only have the built-in microphone of my laptop, or I only have I don't know, GarageBand or whatever it is. There's actually a lot you can do even with these more elementary, I just saw 1212, which might be significant for you guys. Even with these more like elementary equipments and products and softwares and resources, you can still make something amazing. And having more of these fancy things does not necessarily equate to good quality work. There are some people who maybe have a lot of resources at their disposal and make something that looks very, very polished and very professional, but it doesn't have any soul there. And Cancer is like, it's the emotion, it's the heart, it's the spirit, it's the soul in there. And I feel like you guys have the soul. So even if you might feel a little bit shabby, and I want to put it in quotes because you're not shabby, but even if you feel this way because of a lack of material things, I want you to know that your light is going to shine through anyway, and you should go for it anyway, because you are going to get noticed by the right people, and your passion is really, really going to shine through. And why do I keep going back to this sugar daddy example? Shout out to all you guys. But like, I don't know, maybe if you're thinking, oh, I can't have a sugar daddy because I'm not attractive enough or whatever. Like, it's bullshit. That's what this is saying. Like, you have what it takes. You have the it factor. And most importantly, you have the passion and the drive. So you should go for it and trust that the money and the resources you need will find you. But the universe is saying, I need you to go for it. I need you to put yourself out there. So let's see how you're going to get noticed, or how you're going to get promoted, or how you're going to get discovered. For group number 2, what do we have? Oh, the World. Okay, so I'm hearing like online and the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. So I feel like someone's going to be reaching out to you online to help you out when you least expect it. It's interesting that we have a lot of major arcana here. So this is very, very fated. Like this is your destiny. Your destiny's calling you. And I feel like this is going to happen pretty quickly because the universe already has everything lined up for you. So as soon as you take that step out, all of the opportunities are going to find you. But yeah, the world is making me think of online. It's making me think of social media. The world, like you see, this person is naked and all the eyes are on her. And I'm not saying get naked, but it's about being exposed. It's about being in the spotlight. And it could even be something that you did in the past. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm thinking it's something unexpected. It's something that you weren't thinking was going to get you attention or that you thought was going to do well. And it's funny because there was kind of a similar message in group 1 as well, where it's like, it's not that you don't like it, but I don't know. Let's say, for example, you are a musician and like in an album, for example, you have the single, like you have the title track, and then you have other tracks that are maybe not as radio oriented, maybe a little bit more experimental. You have that one solid banger for promotion and stuff, and then you have your other songs which are more varied. So in that example, this person would think, oh, someone's definitely gonna notice me from my single. Someone's definitely going to notice me for my title track. And then someone might email this person like, hey, I heard your song that you released 3 years ago. That's like your totally obscure work that you forgot about, or that like you never thought that is what would get you attention. And it just goes to show like you shouldn't make assumptions about, oh, this is not going to be good enough. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. Those are just assumptions. And same thing when you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a banger. This is going to be awesome. That's also just an assumption. So just keep putting stuff out there. You can't control how other people react to and vibe with your work and what they're going to love, but you can just keep letting your light shine and let the people who are meant to find you. So you might be like, really? You noticed me from that? Or you're reaching out to me from that? Or like if you applied to many different jobs, it's the job that you least expected would get back to you. You were like, I don't think I'm going to hear back from these people, but I might as well because I'm sending out applications anyway. Like you just did it kind of, I don't know if throwaway is the right word, but you really weren't thinking anything of it. I'm also hearing like you might have applied to something as a joke. I'm not sure what that means, but like, or you auditioned for something because you thought it was funny, or like you weren't serious about it. Because the Puffin book also said like take a more playful approach and take life more seriously. But I feel like your big break is not what you think it's going to be. It's not going to be necessarily the thing that you believed in the most or that you put the most effort into. It's going to be kind of unexpected. But I think that the universe orchestrated it this way to kind of break your habit of making assumptions about how things are going to go, because I think that you've used your assumptions in the past like to sabotage you or to doom yourself, like, oh, that's not going to work out anyway, or you've used them to really, really get your hopes up, like, yeah, this is going to be it, and then maybe get disappointed later. So it's better to just stay neutral and submit to your mortality as a human. And just be like, I don't fucking know what spirit's planning for me, but I'm just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna keep putting myself out there, and something's gonna happen for me, and it is going to. So I really, really love that for you guys. So with that in mind, let's move on to the when. And we kind of have a lot of things to look at here, but basically I want to put an earlier time frame and a later time frame. And then we're also going to pull more tarot cards to see what could speed up or slow down this process. So for group number 2, can we please get an earlier time frame for this manifestation? We have 7th house. So this can be talking about Libra season, which is late September to late October. However, if you guys do know your birth chart, then this could also be talking about when the sun is in your 7th house. So for example, I'm a Taurus rising, I have Scorpio in the 7th house. So for me, this would be talking about Scorpio season. If you don't know your birth chart, no worries, please take this as Libra. And then for a later time frame, we have 2. So I would say that this is a window of 2 months, basically. I'm thinking of this as like 2 months after this. It could also be 2 years from now. This is a general reading, so please claim it how it resonates for you. Oh yeah, we have Pluto at the bottom of the deck, and I think that Pluto is changing signs in 2 years, in 2024. So it probably depends where you're at in your journey. So again, please feel free to claim what resonates for you, but we're going to see what could speed up or slow down this process. Okay, for group number 2, what could speed up or slow down this, this process? We have 3 coming out at the same time. I feel like the universe is saying, don't worry, it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Because when a bunch of cards fly out at the same time, it does make me think of fast motion. It makes me think that your spirit guides are excited for you. We have 10 of Cups at the bottom, so they're definitely very, very, very happy for you and want you to know that your future is gonna be extremely happy. The 10 of Cups is like, you're happily ever after, all of your wildest dreams coming true. I would recommend scripting for this group. Scripting your ideal day, your ideal week, your ideal month, your ideal life, as specific as you would like to, because very often with the 10 of Cups, I see that this means you're manifesting. It's like your wish list has come to life. Everything you wrote down on that list is coming to life. So if you feel called to, scripting might be a very, very beneficial practice for you guys. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have, wow, oh my God. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Wands, and we have the Lovers. With the Lovers and the 10 of Cups here, there could be a romantic relationship that is blossoming at some point in this journey. It could be the person we spoke about at the start of this reading with the puffin message, like somebody is hiding their true feelings and you're supposed to leave the ball in their court and just focus on you. It could be that this person is going to come back to finally spill the beans, to finally spill their heart out and tell you how they really, really feel. It's interesting, you guys. I don't know if you guys were drawn to group 1 as well, but I feel like there kind of are some similarities. So if you did feel drawn to group 1 and you haven't watched it yet, you may feel called to do that. But oh my gosh, the Ace of Pentacles, see, it literally talks about money coming to you, a new beginning in your career, a new source of income, financial abundance that you can rely on for a long time. We also have the 6 of Wands here, which is about, again, recognition, victory, very similar to the Chariot energy. It can also talk about fame or having a lot of eyes on you or having a lot of followers. So for some of you guys, you might be becoming famous as a result of this, or having a lot of admirers, or having a lot of people talking positively about you. And then, oh, okay. I understand why the Lover is here. And it's more on the end of the later time frame. I feel like some of you guys, you know, and this kind of goes back to that puffin message at the start, like some of you guys might be pouring too much of your energy into a love interest. And I'm not necessarily saying that this person of interest is bad for you, but it's not worth investing all of your emotional energy into it. I feel like this could be draining your creative energy. It could be like draining your life force. I feel like you guys might be in a connection where you've pulled a lot of the weight, and that's why the puffin was telling you to kind of hold back on that and to not talk about your true feelings. And I think that you're being encouraged to stay in this energy. Well, you could move on entirely if you want to. That's entirely up to you. But at the very least, I think you're being encouraged to stay in an energy of like, you know where to find me. I've made it abundantly clear how I feel and what I want, and you know where to find me. and I'm not gonna stress about this anymore. Because I feel like some of you guys might be hung up on somebody, whether it's a person you had a connection with or just hung up on the idea of like meeting your soulmate or manifesting your twin flame or something like that. And I think it's kind of distracting you, if I'm being honest. And the other thing could be like living too vicariously through a connection, and like putting all of your potential fulfillment in the life that you will one day have together with this person, such that you start neglecting your life here and now. I know this can kind of sound like calling out, so you know, if the shoe doesn't fit, then don't wear it or whatever it is. Like if it doesn't resonate, just ignore me. But I really felt called to mention that with the Lovers here. I feel like that could slow things down. And the Six of Wands is about taking lead, being a leader, being a go-getter, taking charge of your life. And I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, this is about being open to other offers. So I guess the bottom line is to remain focused and to put yourself first. And that's how this process could be sped up. I think if you're distracted by like a love connection that isn't working out, or it's moving slowly, or someone you haven't met yet, or even just like investing a lot in your friendships or investing a lot in your family relationships and giving all of your energy to them, it could be something that doesn't stop you from reaching this goal, but that hinders it or that delays it or just drains your energy, that you can't put so much of it into your passion and into what you really want to do. And it's interesting that we have the 7th house here as well, and 2, because that's all about like partnerships and relationships. I think the people you surround yourself with as well could really help or hinder you. Like if you're surrounded by very positive, uplifting people, that could make this happen faster, because you know, if you're around those kind of people, you'll believe like them, you'll believe in yourself, you'll feel supported. If you're around people who aren't very motivated, or who are pessimistic, or who are more like small-minded, who are, you know, gossiping about people, and you know, who you're surrounded with matters. So those are just some things to think about when it comes to the timeline here and how soon things can play out. But group number 2, these are all the messages I have for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below too. Group 2, I'm sending you guys lots of love, wishing you all the best, and hoping that your manifestations are everything that you've ever dreamed of. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Amethyst Heart and the Pastel Journey Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what you're manifesting, as well as how and when it's going to be coming into your life. So I want to start off this reading by reading a message for you from the Spirit Animals book. So we're just going to flip through the pages and see which animal has a message for you today. So for group number 3, we have the Raven, or the Crow. Magic is in the air, and something special is about to happen. Pay attention to dreams and visions, especially colorful and powerful ones, as these are indicative of prophecy. In any undertaking or in any relationship, be very clear as to what your intentions are, because whatever they are, that's what will manifest. Oh my gosh. You're gradually shape-shifting to a more confident, powerful, and spiritually based you that will continue to emerge the more you let go of your old self. You'll observe an increasing number of synchronistic events over the next few days, so just notice these, appreciate them, and don't try to figure them out. Wow. Okay, so for this group, for my number 3s, also I just saw 111, and we were talking about synchronicities. Probably most of you clicked onto this video because you know what you're manifesting and you just wanted a little bit of confirmation that it is in fact coming. Because just after reading that Raven message, it's very clear to me that whatever you're manifesting is something that you've already seen signs and synchronicities about, that you've already seen dreams about, that you already know is coming, and you can feel it coming. And actually, the Raven itself, or the crow itself, might be a sign for you guys that your manifestation is on the way. Wow. I don't really even need to decipher that one too much because it's so freaking clear, and I feel like it's such a cool message to come out in a reading about manifestation. I guess the other thing I would want to touch on is to be very, very clear about your intentions and what it is that you want and how you want to feel when you receive these manifestations, because the more information you give the universe, the more the universe has to work with. At the same time, this is not your job to figure out exactly how your manifestation is going to come to you. And I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times. Like, you don't have to worry about how it's going to come. You just have to trust. But I think that it bears repeating every now and then. We need to remind ourselves. So, no, I lied. Let's not get into these just yet. Let's get into these. So this is a little homemade deck that I made last night. We're going to use these to figure out what specifically it is that you guys are manifesting. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. It could very well be that you're manifesting 3 different things, or we might see that all 3 cards are talking about the same thing, but whatever the case might be, we're going to make sure that we pull cards to figure out the how and when of every aspect of these manifestations. So for group number 3, what are they manifesting? I feel like you guys can be a little bit more persistent and you can hold on a little bit tighter to your goals. I was just seeing somebody who maybe in the face of slow progress or in the face of uncertainty might start to be filled with some doubts about maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe the universe doesn't want to give this to me. Maybe I'm supposed to be open to something else. Whereas I feel like, and especially with that Raven message, you can be very specific about what you want and you can hold on to that. I'm hearing like you don't have to sacrifice, you don't have to compromise. I think the universe wants you to get used to the idea of I can have exactly what I want, and sort of erase those programs that you have in your mind of, you know, I have to settle, I have to suck it up, I can't be picky, I can't ask for too much, I can't get my hopes up. You know, I don't know if selling yourself short is the right word, but like cheating yourself or doing a disservice to yourself or not allowing yourself to experience all of the abundance that you deserve. You know, maybe figuring out where or from whom you learned to think this way could be beneficial as well, whether it was literally someone telling you, like you're too picky, you're too high maintenance, or like in the real world you can't get what you want, or you know, something that was passed on to you like that, or if it was more of an indirect thing where a significant relationship caused you to feel that way, caused you to ask for less for yourself. But you can be more specific and you can be more firm with what it is that you really want. Some of you guys have been also kind of getting into some maybe deeper stuff here, but it's almost like some of you guys are afraid of being like, hey, universe, this is what I want, make it happen. Because that's very bold, that's very assertive. And if you ever had people in your life, or if you do have people in your life that you feel afraid to speak up like that to, or who would not take that well, that could also make you feel like you can't do it. You know, I have to be agreeable and I have to just like keep my head down and, oh, thank you for these crumbs, sir. And no, we're getting rid of that mentality. We're going to be in an abundant mentality and we're going to claim our worthiness. Okay, group number 3. What are you manifesting? Justice. You're manifesting what you deserve. This could be talking about a relationship as well, because I'm thinking of justice in tarot, or I should say I thought of justice in tarot when I wrote this card down, which is the energy of Libra, which is the energy of partnerships. I have more to say on this, but I just want to see what else we get here. We also have viral and we have payoff. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have success. So there's kind of two different things going on here. So we're going to have to look at both of them. One of them I do think has to do with a relationship. So you guys could be manifesting a soulmate or manifesting a romantic relationship. I also think like you're literally manifesting justice for yourself. So this means that someone is going to apologize to you, or someone who left you hanging is going to bring you answers, or is going to explain themselves, is going to tell you how they really feel. Someone, payoff could even be like payback. Someone who did you dirty is getting payback. Not that you're manifesting bad things for other people, but you know, you being the bigger person in this situation, you are going to be rewarded for that. And I do think that if anybody has hurt you or did you wrong, they will be seeing the error of their ways. They will be making up for that. They will be apologizing or explaining themselves to you, and you'll be getting clarity about, you know, the way things happened. So any of you guys who have been feeling just left confused, just left frustrated with someone's actions, behavior, treatment towards you, I see like a peaceful resolution coming where at least you get clarity and at least you get closure. And then we have viral and success, and also payoff can go here as well. Viral could literally mean that you're going viral, you know, if that's something that you have been wanting, like wanting your creation to go viral, your content, your product, whatever it might be, you know, spreading like wildfire. So if you have social media, for example, or if you have an online shop or a business or something, it could be really, really blowing up and really, really spreading to the masses. And, you know, success obviously fits into that. But rather than the literal meaning of viral, it can also just mean like really, really fast success. Because I think viruses, maybe it depends on the virus, but I feel like they do spread quickly and like multiply quickly. So it could just be that your abundance is really, really booming really fast. And then with payoff, it's like your hard work is really, really paying off. So actually, it looks like for you guys, there's 3 different things that we have to look at here. We have to look at this relationship. We have to look at this justice, this resolution, this closure that you're getting. And then we also have to look at your viral success. But yeah, all of your efforts are paying off. This is going to be a busy year for you. I'm hearing it's going to be a busy year. So make sure to stop and smell the roses. Make sure to stop and enjoy the view. And enjoy the version of you that you are now. Because one day you'll look back at this version of you very, very fondly. Okay, let's start with this relationship. How is this relationship going to come for group number 3? 2 of Pentacles. And oh my gosh, 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. So yes, this is a soulmate relationship. This is a relationship that meets both your material needs, because we have Pentacles here, and your emotional needs, because we have Cups here. I'm seeing a couple different ways. It could be through a mutual person in your life. So a friend introduces you to this person. I should say, if this is someone who's already in your life and this is how you met them, then it could be a confirmation that this is the person. But I think that you would be, meeting them through a mutual friend or acquaintance, or meeting them through a work environment with the 2 of Pentacles. It could also be something that combines both of these, like this is your friend's coworker, or this is your coworker's friend, or, you know, any combination like that. I think that this is somebody who is your equal, which it makes a lot of sense why you got justice, because this is all about balance and equality. So this is like, you're really going to feel like this is your equal counterpart. They want the same things as you. They have the same values as you. They're on the same page as you. They have the same communication styles. They have the same love languages. They put the same amount of energy into the relationship. It feels very like fair and even and reciprocated. So I really, really like this energy. Repeating 2s might be a significant synchronicity for you guys, as well as repeating 1s, because I did just look up earlier and see what... Earlier I looked up and saw 111, and I just looked up and saw 1111. So like 11, 11, repeating ones, repeating twos, as well as ravens could be a significant sign for you. So in the case that you already know this person, how are you manifesting the union with them? We have the Magician, which is very literal because it's a card that talks about manifestation, and it's the number 1 again. The Magician and the Princess of Swords. So we have the Magician and the Page of Swords. So this will actually be a result of you reaching out to this person, because the Magician definitely makes me think of like you are taking action. And then the Page of Swords is about communication. It's also very direct and very blunt energy. So it's interesting how we had that Raven Crow message earlier that was saying to be very, very clear about your intentions. So I feel like this is showing how you would meet the person, and then how you get together. I think it is from you reaching out to this person. But I will make a specification here, because the Magician makes me think of inspired action, and the Page of Swords makes me think of intuitive hits. So this is not you like reaching out to them just because you feel like you have to, or this is not you reaching out just to keep the conversation going. You know, when you're like, oh, I like this person and I want to talk to them. What could I say to them to start a conversation? It's not that kind of energy. It's like an epiphany that you have. It's like a sudden download that you receive. Maybe it's a dream that you have, like the Raven talked about, and you will feel inspired to reach out to them about a specific thing. It will feel natural. It will not feel forced, but it does look like you guys would be the one to make the move. And I know that sometimes people are like, hell no, and that can seem kind of scary to them. But even if you feel like this right now, I want to tell you not to worry, because again, this is going to be inspired action. So there will come a time where it really, really feels right to do so. And these cards are assuring that you would be reciprocated when you take that step forward. So let's take a look at this. You guys are going to get a lot of extra cards. Let's take a look at this justice situation. Someone explaining themselves, someone owning up to what they did, someone admitting they were wrong, someone apologizing. It was giving me that kind of vibes. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords. Interesting. So here we would have an opposite energy. Whereas in the relationship, you were being told to take the first move forward. In this one, this is saying wait for it to come to you. The Four of Swords is literally about inaction, and the Ace of Swords is about communication coming in. This could show you guys maybe like setting the intention to hear from this person, because we see her in kind of a prayer position or in a meditative position. I think that you will manifest the communication from them, and maybe that's the action that you take. But in terms of this justice coming to you, I think they're going to reach out to you. And I think that it's important that they reach out from their side. If you guys are getting the feeling that this is the same person, like I don't know your situation, but you know, like if the very person you're trying to manifest a relationship with is the same person that you want this justice from, I think that when it comes to their like apology, their explanation, their owning up, they're holding themselves accountable, whatever it is that you're waiting for from them, I do feel like that needs to come from them. But when it comes to initiating the union, that needs to come from you. So it might be a situation where like this person needs to know that you still want to be with them. You know, they might be coming through to own up for past mistakes, to own up for what they did wrong, and then just be like, okay, bye, because maybe they don't know that you really want something with them. Or maybe even if you gave them a hint that you did, I think that you have to be very direct and very blunt, because again, that's the Page of Swords. Very, very straightforward. Don't leave anything up to interpretation. Like you kind of have to spell it out for this person. And the Raven as well said to be very, very clear. So if you do think this is the same person that we're looking at here, let them come to you and say what they need to say. But you have to be very, very direct about what you want from here on out. You have to make that known to them. Otherwise, they could kind of miss their cue. you know, to enter into this union. I think that's really important. But of course, it's a general reading, and these could be different people. The person you want to be in a relationship with or will be in a relationship with, and the person who's coming to apologize to you and make up for their past mistakes. If that's a different person, then don't worry about it. You're being called to be bold and make the first move in the romance department and wait for your justice to come to you. Because I feel like that's how it will be fair. Because you've already done too much. That's how it will be fair. For you to get your justice, it means they need to make the effort to come forward and say something to you. So finally, let's look at this viral success. Let's see what's going on here. Oh my gosh, 10 of Pentacles. Ah, that's amazing. We have the, oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, 10 of Pentacles and 3 of Wands. So, first of all, this shows me that you have been working towards this success for a very long time. This is likely something that you really feel is your calling, or that you feel like you want to do for a very long time. And what makes me so excited about this 10 of Pentacles being here is that, you know, sometimes when people go viral or when people blow up, it's just kind of like 15 minutes of fame, so to speak. You know, one of their works blows up, or they're the talk of the town for a few weeks, and then they kind of fade away. But the 10 of Pentacles means that something is consistent over the long term, and something really, really has staying power. So not only are you blowing up with your success, but you're going to stay up there. You're going to stay killing it. You're going to stay successful. And this is actually going to allow you guys to fund and to live out a lot of your long-term dreams. So let's say one day you dreamed of buying a home. This big boom that you're experiencing is going to allow you like to save for that home, or to finally buy a car, or to go on that trip that you always wanted to go to, or make that really, really major purchase. Things that will enrich your life in the long term. The 3 of Wands is about travel as well. So, you know, you could end up living a lifestyle where you're able to travel and to go wherever you want to go. And 3 of Wands makes me think of something that has the potential to grow more and more and more. So like you would be in a field where you have a lot of potential to move up to higher and higher and higher positions, or make more and more and more money. And almost like there's no limit sounds kind of dramatic, but definitely the sky is the limit, and you have a lot of room to keep advancing or to keep getting promoted. So it definitely doesn't have to stop here. And this first moment, or this big moment of like viral success, it definitely doesn't have to be the last one. And it definitely doesn't have to stop here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. So I feel like this is happening after a disappointment, or after a flop, so to speak, or after you've just gotten rejected. So if you guys have experienced a rejection in your career or in your projects, or if you've experienced a disappointment, if you've experienced a feeling of flopping, I'm just putting it in quotes because I'm not saying that you're a flop, but if you've been through that kind of emotion and things didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, I think that's what will happen like right before this big moment occurs, which is really, really exciting. So I'm gonna leave this here. I'm trying not to take up too much space because we still have the when cards to look at. So, and we have a lot of things. We have a lot of things to look at again because there's so much going on for you guys. All right, so group number 3 for this relationship, for this union that we see here. When will that be happening? We have Sun, so this could be indicating Leo season, so late July to late August. It could also be indicating your sun sign. So for example, I'm in Aries. This would be indicating Aries season for me. You can also use this to make a window. So for me, I'm an Aries. If this is Leo season, then I can think of like the window between Aries season and Leo season, if that makes sense. What about your justice? What about this conversation? When is this happening? When is this person going to come and own up to their mistakes and make things right? We have sextile, so this is very specific. 2 months. And then trine is 4. So here we have 2 to 4 months for your justice. And then when is your viral success coming? We have Chiron and air. Okay, so for Chiron, I think that when Chiron comes out, it has to do with some healing, some kind of healing that needs to occur. And we were speaking earlier in this reading about you guys kind of like selling yourself short or lowering your standards or feeling like you're not worthy of all of the things that you want. And so it may be when you start to work through those wounds and when you start to heal that this big success is about to happen. If you do know what your Chiron sign is, then that could be indicative of a time frame. So for example, I have Chiron in Virgo, so it could be talking about Virgo season if it were me. But I feel like fewer people know what their Chiron sign is, so you don't need to worry about that. I think it's just here to indicate when some healing has occurred. And then we also have air here, which could be Gemini season, Libra season, or Aquarius season. So please feel free to claim whichever one is coming up soon for you. I do feel like pulling some clarifiers for this to see what could speed up or slow down this process. 9 of Pentacles. And this fell on the floor, but we have the Hermit. Whoa, okay, we have 2 number 9s here. So I feel like this is happening sooner than you think. This viral success, this hard work paying off is happening sooner than you think. We also have the 9 of Swords at the bottom, so 999. When you see 999, it could be a sign that success is coming. 9 is also a number of healing, so it fits really, really well with this energy, but it is a number of near completion, like you've almost closed off a chapter. Maybe a lot of you guys who chose this group are already in the process of healing this, and you're kind of at the tail end of the most difficult part. And I think it's the next like air sign season where you're gonna see things starting to gain momentum. But these are very like in your head kind of energies. The 9 of Swords has to do more with like overthinking and anxiety, whereas the Hermit is more of like an honest, soul-searching, genuine contemplative energy. And you see how the Hermit has this lantern? It means that she's safe to walk into her shadows, because she has her inner light to guide her. I feel like what could speed up or slow down this healing process is there might be some things that you uncover that you shy away from because they feel uncomfortable. Or you might kind of dance around the truth of the matter because the truth is hard to admit or the truth is hard to see. And I feel that the more you embrace your shadow and the more that you embrace your pain and let it be a message for you, let it show you the messages it contains, this is how you can heal faster. With the 9 of Pentacles here, you guys are definitely meant to live an abundant life. The 9 of Pentacles can talk of successful self-employment or just someone who's really living their best life and enjoying the little things. And I think that this healing is going to allow you guys to be more present and to live more in the moment. It's all about being in the here and now and being in a state of gratitude. And this is a very, very important ingredient to your success, is healing and reclaiming your feeling of worthiness and being present in the moment rather than constantly worrying about the future. I feel like you will do your best work when you are present and when you're not worrying and when you feel very abundant and very grateful. And it's very interesting to me how your healing journey is like tied in so closely with your work or with your creativity. They could be very closely intertwined as well, in that you release your pain through your work, or you release your pain through your creativity. You know, like the creative process is very healing for you, and you let out emotions that you didn't know you had, or you process emotions as you're creating. And maybe this is what really makes you blow up, because what you're putting out there, or the work that you're doing, it's like very personal, it's very raw, it's very authentic, it's very fearless, it's vulnerable. Yeah, because Chiron is the wounded healer. It took me a long time to realize the importance of that, but Chiron is the wounded healer. So he's been through it and he's hurt a lot, but he uses that as a strength and he uses it to heal others. Whatever you're finding your success in, it's going to help so many people, and it's because you were brave enough to make it through this healing journey that you can now step out into the world as your true self and really, really let your light shine. Wow. And remember, 999. It means you're on the right path. It means your hard work is paying off. It means your success is coming. So group number 3, these are all the messages I have for you. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group 3, I'm sending you lots of love. I wish you all the best on this journey, and may your manifestations be everything that you've ever dreamed of. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 4s. So if you guys chose the Pyrite and the Serpentfire Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what you're manifesting, as well as how and when it's going to come into your life. So I want to start off this reading with the Spirit Animals book and see which animal has a message for you today. It's funny because the camera really wants to focus on this little owl's head. So maybe owl is a significant spirit animal for you guys. But let's flip through the pages here and see which animal comes up. So for group number 4, we have the hare or the rabbit. Whatever project you're working on, move quickly and remain flexible. Beware of anyone trying to trick or deceive you. You may be fooling yourself about some venture or relationship and not be paying attention to the obvious signs. Pay closer attention to the cycles of the moon and coordinate your activity such that it corresponds with the moon's waxing, active dynamic, and waning, release receptive stages. You'll be required to make some unexpected and rapid changes in direction in the coming days. So I feel like you guys are quite aware of what you're trying to manifest, but it looks like the universe might be throwing you some curveballs in the near future and is asking you to remain flexible. And I'm hearing that this has something to do with your schedule or something to do with the timeline of events, especially with the hare or the rabbit being very quick. You might have to change your schedule and bump some things up or deal with some tasks a little bit sooner than you were expecting to. So make sure that your schedule is at least as flexible as you can make it in the coming weeks. And also, very interesting advice about the moon. You guys could use the moon as a manifestation tool. So around the new moon, set new intentions, put in more efforts during the waxing moon. And then once the moon starts waning, which is after the full moon, that's when you can start to slow down and process and be in a more receptive state and be in a more releasing state. Manifesting with the phases of the moon might be really, really, really beneficial for you guys. I also kind of want to read for the owl because the camera really wanted to focus on the owl's face. So let's see what the owl says. I'm just going to read the main part and not all the different kinds of owl. Meditate in silence and in darkness for a few minutes each evening for the next few days and see what is revealed to you. Be alert. Oh, interesting. Be alert to any deception on the part of others. So that's a repeated message, whether they're aware of it or not. And look closely behind any guises that they may wear. This is a particularly ripe period to tap into the fount of intuitive wisdom that's available to you. Quietly observe your environment, watching and listening for signs and omens that will give you answers to any questions you may have. Now is a particularly significant time for prophecy, and you will see, hear, or feel events before they actually happen. Your most creative cycle now is the night, so set aside time in the evening to work on any projects. So, wow. Very powerful message. With this message encouraging you to meditate and be aware of the signs around you, I think this is going to be something that's especially important to remember if you do find that your schedule is becoming kind of hectic and things are kind of speeding up. Make sure that you reserve at least a few minutes just to yourself every day to just meditate and be silent and take it all in. I'm also feeling called to say for you guys, I've struggled with this myself, and I often see comments and like concerns from people that they're struggling to know when they should take action and when they should just let go and, let the universe take its turn, so to speak. And I think that if you guys struggle with that, the cycles of the moon could actually be your key. So if you want to know when to take action, it's best for you guys to take action towards your manifestations between the new moon and the full moon, so when the moon is growing, and then it's best to kind of let go and surrender to the universe between the full moon and the new moon, so when the moon is shrinking, when the moon is waning. So the next part of this reading is my homemade cards. We're going to see what specifically you guys are manifesting with this deck. I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck, and we may see that you're manifesting 3 different things, or we might see that all 3 cards are talking about something else. But regardless, whatever the case might be, I'm going to make sure that we answer this question of how and when for each manifestation that is coming into your life. So group number 4, what are you manifesting right now? So first, we have soul family reunions. We have news. And oh my gosh, we have you are ready. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have union. So you are ready for soul family union. That's a very, very clear message coming through. It's so cool that you got both of these. You guys are totally manifesting your soul family. You are ready for everything that you're trying to manifest. And I think that's something to keep in mind. Have I done enough work? Have I done enough action? Have I done enough healing? The answer is yes, yes, yes. You are ready to receive your blessings. You are ready for this manifestation. And I want you guys to feel really confident and excited about it. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, I wanted to say that especially considering the hair message and things kind of speeding up in your life and things unexpectedly changing, there may be some moments where you're like, holy crap, I'm not ready for this curveball that the universe is throwing me, or I'm not ready for things to be happening so quickly. And the universe is saying, yes, you are. Like, I wouldn't give you anything that you're not ready for. It may feel a little bit hectic or overwhelming at first. There may be some challenges along the way, but I know that you are ready for this journey. So this is pretty straightforward. I feel like I don't have to explain it that much. You're manifesting a union with your soul family, whatever that means for you, whether that's friends, business partners, creative collaborators, mentors, romantic relationships, or all of the above. Your tribe, the people who really resonate with you, the people who come from the same soul origin as you, the people who are cut from the same cloth. I should mention that soul family doesn't necessarily have to be humans. It could be non-human animals as well. So you might be, for example, if you're manifesting getting a new pet, a dog, for example, then this dog or cat or a lizard or bird could be a member of your soul family too. With news here, I feel like this might be a separate message but you're manifesting some news. When I wrote this card, I was thinking of like hearing back from someone you want to hear back from, hearing back from an organization or from an individual, and getting updates on a situation that you've been curious about. Maybe you submitted an application, or you were going through some kind of screening process, or you submitted some documents somewhere and you're getting news about the result, or like you put an offer on a house and you're getting news about that. But when I wrote this card, it was like something that you already know what it is and you're waiting to hear back. So you're going to get an update soon, basically. So let's move into the tarot that you guys chose now. I'm going to look into the soul family thing, and I'm going to look into the news thing as two separate manifestations. So, oh, you know what I just noticed? I didn't do this on purpose, but the gold edges of this deck match really, really nice with the pyrite. Also, pyrite is like fire, because like pyro, and then this is the Serpentfire. So fire might be a significant element for you guys, like you're a fire sign, or maybe there's a lot of fire signs in your soul family, or you just really like fire signs. I'm a fire sign, but I gravitate towards earth signs, I think. Okay, so group number 4, how is this soul family union going to happen for you? Oh, the Tower. That makes a lot of sense, because we had that message about unexpected changes. We have the Tower and we have the Emperor. There's very strong Aries energy here, because the Emperor is related to Aries and the Tower is related to the planet Mars, which is the ruler of Aries. And we were just talking about how fire could be really, really significant for you guys. I don't know when this video is going to be up, but Aries season could be significant for you, or it could have been significant for you if it already passed by the time this video is up, or by the time that you're watching this. Or again, fire sign people, especially an Aries person, could be significant. It could also be Scorpio, because that's the other zodiac sign that is ruled by Mars. But this is a very clear message. Something, and it even matches with that hair message. And I'm just remembering the deception message. So the Tower talks about things suddenly, unexpectedly falling apart or falling out of our life in a kind of jarring way. But this is the universe removing things from our life that was built on a shaky foundation, on an unstable foundation. And the Emperor coming out after this is very, very stable. Very stable, almost like opposite energy of the Tower. So I feel like this is the universe saying to you, everything in your life that is not genuine, that is not for your highest good, that any friendship, any connection, any commitment that was not built on a solid foundation has to go. Because this next chapter that you're entering into is one of stability and security and feeling confident and feeling good about yourself and feeling empowered in the decisions that you make. That's the Emperor energy. And so anything that's not genuine and anything that's not in alignment with you, we gotta take it away. And you know, Tower moments can be very, very scary, because sometimes we built up this tower so high before we noticed that the foundation wasn't solid. And, you know, the higher you fall down from, so basically the longer you've invested into this relationship, friendship, connection, commitment, it's going to be kind of a harder fall. And I feel like the reason this tower got built up so high in the first place is because someone was being deceptive. This is just a hypothetical example so that you can understand what I mean by this. But let's say two people entered into a relationship, and one person really, really wanted to have children. And the other person didn't really want to have kids, but they also didn't want to break up. So they just said, oh, I want to have kids too. And then they went through this long relationship and they kept acting like they want to have kids, and their relationship is getting more and more and more serious. I don't know, maybe deep down that person thought like, oh, they'll change their mind one day, or this won't become an issue. But now it's come down to a moment where this can't be avoided anymore. and this person has to come clean. Like, the foundation of our tower was not stable because I told a lie at the start of this relationship, and now this tower is falling apart because of that. This might be something that you guys have already gone through, and I feel called to say that because I never want to scare people, like if you've just been through a tower moment, that another one is coming. But I think that this tower moment needs to happen. It could be even like a work situation where an employer wasn't honest about the terms of the contract, or like omitted something, and now you've been working here for so long and it's just coming up now. It's this feeling of like, if I had known the truth at first, I would never have said yes to this, or I would never have gotten on board with it. And I know it's very scary if this situation is leaving your life, if this tower is falling down, but we can't be living with things that are out of alignment anymore. So this is a kind of heavy transition, but coming out of it, I think you're going to feel so empowered, and you're going to feel like you're in charge of your life again. And I think that this marks the moment where you've created space for your soul family. Let's take a look at this news as well. So for the news, we have the 7 of Cups and we have the 4 of Wands. Oh, okay. This is actually really, really cool. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is kind of reminding me of something that happened to me recently. So it seems like you guys maybe have been struggling to make a decision, or struggling to know what you really want. Like not knowing what you're going to do. That's the 7 of Cups, being overwhelmed, having indecision. It's interesting how this one cup is sitting on top of the person's head. I'm thinking of this as the Ace of Cups. I'm thinking of this as their happiness, and yet it's the one cup that they can't see just yet. But once this news comes in, you will know by the reaction to the news what you really want. And with the 4 of Wands here, the reaction is that you're going to be very, very happy. This was something that happened in my life. I had option A or option B, and I still hadn't heard back about either option. So I was like, I don't know what I want to do, and I was so conflicted. I felt so stuck. Should I do option A or option B? And then finally I heard back from option A, and option A was like, we're good, it's a green light, you're in. And I was like, oh my God, and I was like jumping up and down, and I was so happy. And so once I got that news and it became real, then it was so obvious that I really wanted option A. Whereas when it was just a hypothetical, and it was just like 7 of Cups is very much like a what if energy to me. It's all like hypotheticals, it's all potentials. But as soon as it became real and I realized how happy I was, then I was like, yeah, shit, this is it. So this news that you guys are waiting for, it's gonna bring you a lot of clarity about what you really want, because I think you're gonna be really, really happy when you hear this news. Another example might be like, you don't know if you should move on from someone or not, or if you should get back together with someone or not. Let's say you broke up with your ex and you're wondering like, was this a mistake? I feel like we should have worked things out. But then another part of you is like, no, it's best to move on. But then they text you or they call you and you're really, really happy. Then because you realize how happy you are, you're like, okay, I really do miss you. I really do want to make this work. So yeah, a lot of clarity is coming from this news. And I think that's what the Queen of Swords is talking about, because the Queen of Swords is all about focus and mental clarity. And you know what? I actually really like this Queen of Swords. This might be my favorite Queen of Swords that I've seen, because it kind of looks like her head is blocked out and her heart is shining through. And sometimes a difficulty that I see with the King and Queen of Swords is like they're so in their head and they're so stoic and they're so rational, which can be a strength and it can also be a weakness. But I feel like this Queen of Swords uses her logic and uses her head to say, this is a matter of the heart. I should give my heart precedence in this situation. I should prioritize my emotions in this situation. Like, she makes that rational call, which, like, bravo. I love that. And like, you guys and this Queen of Swords that you are is proof that your head and your heart can coexist. Oh, that's so cool. I really, really like the energy of this group. So we're going to move into the when now. And of course, we have to look at that for both of these manifestations. So the first one that we're going to look at is your soul family union. So for group number 4, what is an earlier time frame for their soul family union? We have descendant and we have mutable. So descendant could be talking about Libra season. It could also be talking about your descendant sign. And this actually came out for another group. So for example, I'm a Scorpio descendant. So for me, this could be talking about Scorpio season. If you don't know your descendant sign, that's fine. You can just think of this as Libra season. And then mutable sign is Pisces season, Gemini season, Virgo season, and Sagittarius season. Because this is an earlier time frame, out of these, please take whichever one is soonest for you. And then, like at the time that you're watching, what is a later time frame? Lunar eclipse. I know this. There is, oh no, wait, I only knew them for last year. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up again, but I know that there's a lunar eclipse happening on May 16th of 2022. I do not know when the other one is, but that's probably the one that this one is referring to. So I'm going to Google that when I finish filming, and I will put it in a subtitle of when this lunar eclipse is happening, because that's the time that the cards are showing. And then for your news, for this news coming in, what is the earlier time frame for this? We have Grand Cross. Honestly, with this, I'm hearing like 4 days or 4 weeks. So that's pretty soon. And then the later one with Waxing Gibbous. Let's say, okay, for some of you, it's as soon as 4 to 6 days, and for others, 4 to 6 weeks. Now we're gonna go back with the deck that you guys chose and see what could affect the timing of your soul family union. What could make this faster or slower? And we have the Knight of Swords. I honestly don't think that this is going to be delayed too much, and it makes sense because we have the Tower and the Emperor representing your soul family union, which are 2 major arcana. This means that it's happening in divine timing, and divine timing says this is coming soon. So honestly, if there's not a lunar eclipse coming up soon, I would just completely disregard this card. Like if at the time you're watching this, there's no lunar eclipse soon, just forget about it and go more with like the next mutable season or Libra season, whichever one is sooner. Because the Knight of Swords means it's happening fast, and it's coming, it's fated. What about your, so maybe a lot of you have already been through this Tower moment, or you're going through it right now. Or maybe you're fighting or resisting the Tower moment, and this is like, give yourself permission to embrace it. What about this news? What could speed up or slow down the process of your Page of Swords? Okay, I'm taking this to have pretty much the same meaning as the Knight of Swords. Like it's happening. We also have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, which is like communications coming in. And it's the Lovers Gemini energy is ruled by Mercury, which is the fastest planet to go around the sun. So yeah, fast fast energy for this group. And you even got the hare or the rabbit as your spirit animal, and there's a lot of fire symbolism, and fire spreads quickly. So yeah, it's happening fast for you guys. I don't think at this stage in the game there's not much that could delay this, because you're already almost there and you're already on track. like, yeah, not much can stop you at this point. Yeah, so wow. Group number 4, those are all the messages I have for you. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you are interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group number 4, I am sending you guys so much love, and much love to your soul family as well. That's so exciting. And you have the lovers here too. I feel like 3 out of 4 groups got the lovers. That's wild. This is like the year of unions, I guess, which is cool because we're in 2022, which adds up to 6, which is the number of the lovers. But anyway, much love to you. I wish you all the best in this journey, and may your manifestations be everything that you've ever dreamed of. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.